I've got 4 kids. 80% of their toys under their Christmas tree come from China. I've got family members living paycheck to paycheck. Many family members. My mom, who passed away years and years ago, was one of them. I mean, no rationale, no plan, no conscience to what it's doing to real people, no consideration of congressional responsibility. Where the hell is Congress? Where the hell is Speaker Johnson? Do your job. They're sitting there passively as this guy wrecks the economy of the United States of America, which has dominated the global economy.
Well, that's California Democrat Gavin Newsom. He's saying he wants China to keep making cheap toys for his kids, basically. He's not talking about China. It's accused of hollowing out our U.S. factories and middle class. Plus, it's accused of major cyber hacks into the U.S. government and into your personal information to steal it. Also stealing intellectual property, buying farmland and real estate, including near military bases. Plus doing things like sending Chinese spy balloons over our U.S. military installations. Joining us now, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs is Doug Collins. Secretary, thank you so much for joining us. What do you make of these comments from Governor Newsom?
Well, it is really sad. I mean, when you look at a governor who's basically running people out of his state with taxes and doing all kinds of liberal wish list items out there, he's losing businesses, he's losing people. They're all coming to places in which they have more freedom and less of a burdensome government. But it is sort of disturbing to hear that he's more concerned about cheap trinkets and toys than he is about American workers. I'm glad I have a president who's actually looking to put America's first and put our trade policy first and then let everybody else take care of their own. This is a thing that we needed in this country. It's what people voted for in this country.
You know, the Secretary, President Trump also posted this, images of China's garbage piling up in the Pacific Ocean. We don't really see or hear environmentalists protesting China over that.
Yeah, no, we don't hear environmentalists talk about a lot of things right now because they simply do not like President Trump, and they believe that the Democratic Party and them have had an agenda for years that was gone unchecked. And the president's now asking questions, and so is his cabinet. He was elected on generational change, Liz, and I think that's the part that is concerning everybody. It's something that I'm seeing at the VA, that people want to talk about the VA and they want to talk about how, you know, things need to change, but yet when I've brought up change and what the president asked me to do, they all of a sudden say, whoa, 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 we don't need to change everything. You know, that's the problem we have in this country. The bureaucracy is taking over, and President Trump is fighting back against it.
All right, so what do we hear about the trade deals? Is it going to be a trade deal with Japan tomorrow, we're hearing that the White House, the goalposts keep shifting, that what they're asking for keeps changing. Are they nailing down these trade deals? Because stocks did take major hits today on tariffs, trades, and trade and the fight with Fed Chair Powell.
Yeah, I think what they're doing right now is just making sure that we get the trade deals that we need. Everybody is lining up to make them. We've seen that since the president announced the tariffs. And again, it was a negotiating point. Treasury Secretary Scott, his ex-business, has done a great job, I think, of beginning to line this up. And he's got the president backing because he's actually stepping in. So I think you're going to see a lot of things coming very soon. But, you know, again, some things take a little bit of time. You've got to make it work out. This is a world that has decided that they liked America not having, basically having rules for themselves and not everybody else. And now America is saying with the president, we're going to have rules that actually puts us first. So I think it's going to take them a minute to realize that there is a new administration who's willingly to do what it said it was going to do, and that's put American manufacturing, American jobs first.
All right. 401ks are getting hit. People's pensions are getting hit. Final word. What do you say to them?
Yeah, I think you just got to keep looking at this thing in the long-term picture as we look ahead, that our economy is going to be better, our work is going to be better, and we're putting ourselves in a better position long-term. Liz, it was just a little bit ago that we were talking about supply chain issues and others during COVID, but yet the previous administration did nothing about that. We're now talking about putting supply chains back in the way it needs to be so that we're never put in that position again.
Good point. Secretary Collins, thanks for being with us. Great to see you.
Take care, Liz.